Marvel Rivals has been out for a year now, yeah? So, I want to go through and I want to tier list every single season. I want to, like, you know, maybe it's like this, maybe it's like whatever. We don't know yet. But I'm going to do a retrospective. We're going to look back. We're going to look at each season. I have content from every season, so we could even go back and see the vibes of the Raven content. Was I having a good time? Was I forcing a good time? Was I honestly miserable and it didn't matter? We're going to talk about every hero that's come out. Basically, we're going to go look back. We're going to do an in-depth look to every battle pass, every hero, from a design perspective, not a balance perspective. Obviously, if we to rate them off of strength, it's not that difficult. Probably something like this. Maybe if I wanted to be a bit harsher, I could do it like that. That's probably in terms of strength at the moment. We're going to go through. We're going to be like, how their design, what do they feel like the character? Has that translated to game? Are they fun to fight? Are they fun to play? And we're going to go from, we're going to do that. Then we're going to look at the battle passes for the season. How did the battle pass feel? Did we think it was worth the money? Did we think the theme fit it? We'll talk about the event of the season. And we will go through and we will basically decide which was the best season of Marvel Rivals. Has Marvel Rivals fallen off? Is season 1 to 1.5 the best of Marvel Rivals season? We don't know yet. We haven't done the science. So, I mean, the easy one to start with is the battle pass, right? That's the simplest one to do first. And it also covers 2 seasons. So we have peak, which basically means the theme of the battle pass. What was the theme? Did it fit the theme? Did it carry that theme through well? Did it feel like good value for money? Did you feel like that? I think the first battle pass was £5, but that £10 through most of them. Was it worth it? What did we like a lot of the skins on it? Now, no one's ever going to like 100% of the skins, but if I go into the skins for Season 0 Battle Pass, am I still using some of them today? Did they hold up? Or did they fall off? And was it a waste of money retrospectively? So should we start? You didn't get the Season 0 Battle Pass? It was shorter, I believe. Yeah, well, look, it's way shorter, but it did also cost half as much. So it started off with this Panther skin. And I don't really know what the theme was for this battle pass. Scrolling through it, I guess it was kind of like future techy for some of it. Like, this is very future tech. This is very future tech. This is very space-like, I guess. And this is sort of like more grand and epic space type. But for £5, the thing is right, Season 0 definitely has a bias here. Because it's really difficult to say you're getting how many skins? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 skins for £5 and you're not getting value. Like, realistically, all of these skins could be of like this quality and you would still kind of be like, yeah, but it was £5. So for value, I think Season 0's Battle Pass is peak. I think this Hela skin continues to look really cool. The almost starry effect on her skin is so cool. I don't think these skins have fallen off in any way. I don't think these skins look bad today, apart from this one, but this was the free one as far as I remember. I don't think these skins necessarily, if we go to like, well, I still use this skin on Panther, although I don't really play Panther, but a character that I do play a little bit of is Strange. I still use that skin. It's a part of my free skin rotation. The Hela one was the free one. The Hela one was free? That's crazy. That's such a good skin to get for free. I don't think I use it on Hela currently, but it is a skin I like. Yeah, I mean, this is my favorite Hela skin because of the eyes, just the way... Look, I love women, and I love women that look like they could kill me with a glare. So, it was beaten out by this skin. Because, look, just look at her. Look at her. She's going to kill me by looking at me, and I'm kind of into it. But... this skin is so good. Like, there isn't a world where you wouldn't think this skin's good. Like, this was the free one? Crazy. I'm gonna argue Season 0 Battle Pass was pretty peak. It was £5, you got 5 skins, the free skin was fire. Because the free skin is a big thing to be good, because not everybody can afford to pay it. And if you're gonna give out a good quality free skin, that's amazing, because not everybody, you know, has the money for it. Now, the theming, a little bit out there. It doesn't have like a strong theme to it, but it was also really short. It was a really short battle pass, so I understand why the theme doesn't feel as strong. I don't think it's the best battle pass, but I do think it's peak. What we could do if you wanted, chat, is add one row above the best. Right? So we can put, once we're done, once we've looked at all of these, we will come back and we will decide which was the singular best battle path. Okay? We will figure this out. But we're going to jump around a bit now because Season 0 didn't have a hero release. The game just released, so there was no new hero. In theory, you could argue for all of the Season 0 heroes being hero releases. There was no hero release, and Season 0 was only a month long. Now, I don't know how many of you remember Season 0 of Marvel Rivals. I don't know how many of you were around. Personally, I played since the alpha, so I was definitely very much around.
Hey folks, I'm Raven.
All right, we're skipping the... Wait, I say really quick intro and then it's a minute long out of a 5-minute video.
Next time.
The infinity swim, the infinity bubbles.
Please tell me he respawns here.
Oh, my movement. I'm not moving. I'm also not diving at all. Oh, baby Raven. Look, baby Raven, look, the average skill of the community was far lower, okay? Okay, I defend myself as everybody sucked at the game. The bubble spam? Well, remember the bubbles were burst healing.
I'm gonna be honest, I spent that entire fight fighting their supports and ignoring my team. I'm a great support player.
Hey, it doesn't change. It doesn't change, old Raven. Raven from the past, it never changes. You still spend entire fights ignoring your team. That's never changed. 1 year later, we're still doing that. I'm the same person. Nothing's changed in the year. This is something I do now. I find someone who is just worse than me and I with them. Oh, but I know what happens next. I remember this.
Wait, I can't... No! I forgot.
Look, I didn't know what grounding was. I didn't know. This was like that. The game had been out for like an hour. And I hadn't played it since like June or whenever the beta was, or October. So, Season 0, as a season, I'm going to put it in peak. The game had just come out. And sure, the game had its issues. Nobody's going to say that Season 0 was the perfect season. But everything was new. Everybody was out having a good time. And my argument, the game was at its peak. Nobody knew what was going on. Nobody was, oh, you shouldn't play Jeff because he's not meta. Or, oh, nerf this character. No, everybody was just around. All right? Nobody cared. It wasn't hard meta to do things. It did not make a difference. And like, this video sums up Season 0 for me. It was just a good time. No one understood anything. You could be a dork and nobody complained. You know what I mean? Like, sure, I wasted my ult about trying to solo ult someone and they were grounded so I couldn't ult them. But it doesn't matter. It was peak. It was peak fun. Season 0 of Marvel Rivals was peak. I think the Battle Pass was phenomenal value. We also, none of this is mentioning yet. We haven't got to talking about the event, which has obviously come back this year. New and improved, but the Winter Splash event was Season 0, the old one. That came out in Season 0. So the game just released, and then less than a month later, we got a winter event. Season 0 is peak Marvel Rivals. I stand by this. Peak gaming. Now, was it the best season? I don't know about that. I don't know if I'd call it the best season, but it was a very, very, very good season. Next, Season 1 of Marvel Rivals. Now, Season 1 came out, and people had... the game had been out for a month, because Season 0 was a month long. The Jeffrey Winter event had ended, and they added 2 heroes. They were adding 2 heroes at the time. So in Season 1... we got Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Woman at the same time. But going into our characters that came out in Season 1, Invis and Fent. Now, Invis and Fent as characters, do they feel like how the character should feel? Now, I would argue Invisible Woman, she's a well-designed hero. I think outside of the fact, because you got to remember, we're not talking about the balance right now. Invisible Woman, as a character, I think she's just, I think she is very much a support, but a well-designed version of what they did with Luna. Invis has always been good. She's had some less strong and not so OP seasons, but she's never been truly garbage awful. But like, I think Invis as a hero is well designed. I think they looked at what they did with Luna, and sure, it's another big ultimate healing circle, but there are people that want that in their support. You know what I mean? Some people just want to stand there and heal people in a straight line. Some people want that, and that's okay. So having one or two of those heroes that can do this and have impact, that's a good thing. Now, some things to note, her ultimate wasn't as strong. It didn't have the heavy slow on it. So it didn't have the slow and such on it. But I would say, as far as heroes go, Invis is a pretty good hero. She doesn't feel like one-to-one how I would imagine her to feel from the comics and movies. But I also think it would be dishonest to call it bad design. I think Invis is there for people that want to play as the support archetype. They want to heal their team. They want some survivability to have some level of self protection and self-sustain. I think she's good design. I also think she just looks good as a character. Like, Invis as a hero looks like Invis. Like, she does. Obviously, I'm wearing this skin at the moment, but like... Her actual design, it looks good. It looks good. What do you want me to say? She looks good. She looks like how I would imagine Invisible Woman to look. Okay? I mean, most characters are OP in the comic, Ignar, aren't they? Like, let's be honest. If you were to one-to-one characters from the comics, Hulk would be immortal. Spider-Man would just never stop fighting until you literally put a bullet through his head. Reed would make some, like, reality warping machine that just sent everyone back to their dimension. Like, yeah, you're never going to get the full power of people from the comics, but the perfect example of a character that feels like they should from the comics is Spider-Man. Spider-Man, as much as people complain about him, is exactly how I imagine Spider-Man should feel from the context. He feels like Spider-Man. You swing around, you combo people in the air to fight them. Spider-Man feels exactly like how he should. So, you know what I mean? He would get the highest possible rating, in my opinion. Now, is he annoying? Sure, but so is anyone you're fighting against. Do you think people think it's fun to fight half the heroes in this game? But then we've got Mr. Fent. Now, Mr. Fent has a problem in that he's a bit of a weird guy. But I also think he's weird in a way that makes sense. But yeah, no. So my problem with Reed is the balance of him. I don't think as a design he's flawed. And because I'm not taking into account balance, because that changes, I think he's well designed. I think he's fun. I think he's weird, which he is. It's weird. Being able to self-inflate as an attack or defense is weird. So him feeling weird makes sense. He can do like grapples and stuff, and he can jump around to people. He is in the duelist role, but it doesn't feel like a duelist entirely, which I like. I like that his arms can slap people. You don't need to, like, I miss, but I can hit if I do that. That's fun. That's an interesting way of making a character's form of like attacks come out. I think I know that Reed is a character that they've struggled to balance, but if we are talking in terms of design, I'm going to be a Reed defender and say that actually perfect. I do not know what they could have done to capture Mr. Fantastic more. Like, I can't think of another way they could have captured the idea of him more. Maybe you could argue he could seem more intelligent, like more strategical in his plays somehow, but maybe he is. And nobody's smart as Reed Richards, so they can't make him work. And that's why he's been generally underpowered. Did you think about that? I would argue Mr. Fantastic's design is perfect for Mr. Fantastic. We're not talking about balance, Jojo, because numbers change. We're talking about their design and if they feel like the hero. And I would argue Mr. Fantastic feels like how he should. He looks like how he should. And even plays like he should. Yes, you can argue that his balance is all over the place, that his numbers are a little bit dorky and weird. But like, if we're arguing numbers, I'm putting Emma down here because she's been overpowered since launch. But you know what I mean? Like, we're not arguing numbers. He feels like how he should. I have nothing wrong with Mr. Fantastic's design or playstyle at all. The only issue I have with him is balance, which we'll talk about when we're reviewing the actual season. All right, so we have the Season 1 Battle Pass, Darkhold, which I would argue has had one of the stronger themings out of all of the Battle Passes. And it's also had some of the better skins. I do have some complaints about the theming, though, which is... the f*** is this to do with vampires? This skin should have come out as part of this Battle Pass. You know what I mean? Like, maybe I care about this more than the average person. Maybe. Let me know. It's a great skin. Amazing skin. But why is it in the Vampire Battle Pass? You know what I mean? As like far as skins go, this is a pretty good cheap skin. He's got a different logo on his back. His logo glows red now. I think as far as free skins go, this is good. Confused about the inclusion of cowboys. Confused about what this skin's doing here. Why is Magneto from 40k here? Why is this here? Again, another fire vampire version of a skin. One of the best skins in a battle pass to date. I stand by this. This one kind of gets away with it. This could fit into the vampire-y theme just because you because you associate vampires with high society, and Hellfire Gala is high society, so you sort of get away with it, even though it's technically Hellfire and not, you know. And then we've got this Vampire Wolverine, Vampire Hunter Wolverine, or whatever, Blood Berserker, an amazing skin. So like the actual, and to be fair, even the ones that I said might not fit, they're fire skins. Like, this is just default Namor, but improved. This is a great skin. That's fine. It's just a recolor. This is a good skin as well. I used it for a long time, and this is a really, really good skin. The skins I'm complaining about, to be clear, aren't bad skins. Marvel Rivals has always done this with every battle pass, but they continue to just not stick to the theme. They set themselves a theme, and then they don't stick to it. I don't think the Battle Pass was bad by any means. I really like the Battle Pass. It consistently has really good skins throughout. I just wish you stuck to the theme more. Is it good value for money? Yes. Does it have strong theming that I enjoy? Yes. Thank you for the subscription, cat lady. I think both of those are good, but it's let down by its inconsistent theming. The problem with this is if I hold this back for it, I'm going to hold every battle pass back for it. I feel like it would be dishonest to say that whether a battle pass hard sticks to the theme affects your enjoyment of it enough to derank it. So I'm going to put it in peak, I think, because it is peak. I look back at this as a very good battle pass. I look back at it and think, you know what? The skins in it were all fire. The only ones I didn't really care for is this one. And personally, it's a good vampire skin. I just don't like Iron Man very much. But at the time, I liked it a lot. I don't think any of the skins in it are bad. And I think the value for money is good. And you know what I mean? It's got a little asterisk there, which is I wish that they had the balls to go, we're doing a vampire-themed battle pass, and saying we're doing vampires all the way through. Like, none of these skins are bad. So I can't mark it down too harshly, but I wish they would stick to theming. I wish. I love the idea of them actually theming it, okay? Rant over. But I will put it in peak, but it's peak with a little grumpy face next to it. Then we have the season 1.5. Oh no, season 1 and then 1.5 is split, aren't they? Right. Season 1 did have its event. Now, I wasn't, and maybe you guys can correct me on this. I remember the event being a buggy mess.
How could I?
Thank you for making it to the end of the video, but before you leave, I just want to give my thoughts on this event, because unlike the Jeff one, there are several issues that aren't just it being a temporary game mode. Just the level of broken it is. About 50% of my games have had game-breaking bugs, and it isn't quite 50, it's, 5 games, 2 broken, 40%? So 40% of my games have had game-breaking bugs, and by game-breaking, I mean the game will never end. So, whilst I only got a 5-minute ban, it means if I want to keep playing Lucio Ball, I have to risk getting a stacking ban that builds up to a significantly longer amount of time. Not ideal. It makes the event feel undercooked. The gameplay essentially boils down to Widow runs faster than everybody, whilst Iron Fist and Star-Lord use their abilities to bump people / keep people away from the ball, and you combine that with like a seemingly several very common game-breaking bugs, and this is probably the most disappointed I've been with Rivals. And I say this as somebody that loves Rivals. I'm in the partner program, I've supported it since the alpha, you know, love Rivals. This is the most disappointed I've been. And
yeah, so I remember this coming out, and I remember this event being disappointing. Like, so the event for Season 1 was disappointing. The Battle Pass was good, but not perfect. Now, the game was still new, and so people were still riding that high. And for a lot of people that didn't pick it up immediately and picked it up around the Christmas holidays, it was effectively brand new. So to a lot of people, Season 1, peak Marvel Rivals still. And I don't know if I disagree. I don't remember the balancing of it. 1 minute. Let me jig my memory on Season 1 balance. Season 1 Marvel Rivals tier list. So basically, most of the tanks, most of the supports, and then some of the duelists were overpowered in the S tier, is what I'm reading from this. This looks wrong to you? It had a Lucio Ball event, yeah. It just wasn't very good. I just don't have any hard opinions on the balance. I don't remember much about Season 1 balance. I think my biggest complaint was that they buffed Wolverine because people said he was weak. But then people realized he wasn't weak in like the last few days. But they still put the buff out in Season 1. So Wolverine got buffed to the moon. And became like a hard permaban. I remember characters like Hela and Hawkeye being able to server lobby admin if you ran into a good one, which hasn't changed. I think I'm going to put Season 1 in good times. Now, I know that's going to be a hot take for a lot of people, but I just, like, to me, the things that separate a season are balance, the battle pass, and the special events. Season 1's balance was, by the looks of it, and from what I remember, the most normal balance for this game. As in, you have the same people that always are meta, whether that be Invis, Luna. Even though Invis was new, it would become normal. Luna, Loki. It was peak Loki meta, where you would have Loki basically copy one of the other two's ultimates. And then you'd have like either 2 or sometimes 3, but triple support, as far as I remember, wasn't as hard meta in Season 1. That was a later thing. So the meta was kind of, but the game was new enough that you got away with it. People weren't bored of it yet. And the Battle Pass was just fine. Like, the Battle Pass was good, but like the theming let me down. So basically what I'm saying is really disappointing event, peak but not perfect Battle Pass, and pretty average balancing. I think it's on the good side of like average. Well, we'll move on to the next season anyway. So, Season 1.5, sorry. All right. So, The Thing had come out, and we heard Here's the Thing jokes for the next month. For those of you that remember, that were there, I'm sure you're all sick of these jokes. So was I. Every 2 seconds, anytime people was like, Here's the Thing. Every 2 seconds. Coward! Come back! We will punch to the death. Oh, I honestly have no idea what just happened. Okay. Sorry, Jeff. I thought I remember doing an edit. No! Old Raven editing was something else. But so, Season 1.5. I'm having, this is my prediction, but I can't remember fully. So we're going on to Human Torch and The Thing. Now, this character in particular, I want to talk about a bit. Torch, in my opinion, much like another flyer to come, sucks ass. Marvel Rivals really struggles to design flyers in a way that is fun to fight and play. They really do. So in my mind, now tell me if I'm wrong, any Human Torch knowers, the Human Torch is fast. He's fast, right? So, because you know, if I turn this into a video, this will be cut next to each other. So get ready for this editing, YouTube viewers. But watch. Right, you see how quick this is? Right? The Human Torch is not fast. That's my point. He fundamentally does not feel fast at all. Like, I get parts of it, like, that's cool, being able to draw out your own area for damage. But, like, he feels a little under-designed. Like, is he meant to go in and do melee? Why does he have this dash? He's a flyer, right, with 250 health. And he jumps into the middle of people, but then he's also quite slow, so he can't reposition back out very easily. He's also got like a sort of shotgun ranged attack, so he's best at like 15 meters or so. Yeah, so he's best at like this range, but he's 250 hit points, a slow flyer, even though he's meant to be a quick hero. Like Human Torch again is meant to be quick. He doesn't feel like Human Torch to me. This isn't like I do not when I think of the Human Torch, he doesn't feel like me. Sorry, he doesn't feel like how I imagine he would to me. This isn't how I imagine Torch playing. So in my opinion, he's a flawed hero in design. He does not feel like how I imagine he should feel. He's not garbage tier awful, go back to the drawing board and rework him, which this tier, to be clear, is basically if I think you need to rework the hero. I think Human Torch has quite flawed design. Like, I just do. But moving on to his cousin, the Thing, or, you know, the Thong, depending on which you prefer. Whilst I personally am not a Thing enjoyer in terms of gameplay, I think he feels like the Thing. I think the Thing is good design. He's a brawler, and he is a brawler, like, in every way. He punches, he hits hard, he can engage. He even now has his own little disengage, which is, I believe, E? Yeah. He can engage and disengage depending on what you want to do. He can charge. I like that he has a grounding effect. It means he can force people to fight on his level. His ultimate feels like an ultimate that fits his character. He feels big. He feels tough. He feels like a brawler, which is exactly what the Thing should feel like. He also looks great, to be clear. Like as far as like designs for a big rock golem that, you know, have personality to them, he does. Am I insane? His archetype is the punching character that charges in, and he does that with flying colors. Personally, I think the Thing is a really good. I think the Thing is a really strong character design. I would put it in perfect. Yes, there are balancing issues, but as far as imagining a character that is a brawling, charging, engaging, like, tank that is gonna punch you to death, but I can't think of anything that I would improve about him. No, the Thing I think was very, very good. The Human Torch, flawed, which is fine. Something I also didn't mention is we got 2 heroes in each of these seasons, as opposed to the one that we would get going forward. The battle pass is the same, so maybe Good Times is a good place for it. What was balance like in 1.5? Right, season 1.5. It looks like the same as season 1, but they've sort of nudged a couple of heroes down a little bit. Like Strange and Hulk and stuff are down a little lower. I don't remember a huge amount about this season. I remember Hela particularly being annoying. I remember this being when I started to hate Loki, because I hated getting the double support ultimates. I remember being very wrong about the Thing, because I thought the Thing was going to be weak, and then he wasn't weak at all. So I'm not using Flats's tier list to rate it. I'm using Flats's tier list to remind myself of what I thought. Bucky plus Groot really played. Groot was like S tier, I think, this season and next season. He was like S plus. Bucky has been strong since the beginning of the game, basically. He had half a season of not being strong. It's a bit like Luna. Bucky is one of God's favorite princesses. Balance seemed again fine. It wasn't an exciting season for balance, and I think season 1.5 is when people started to get a bit sick of things in the game. They got a little bit annoyed about certain balance choices and such. Which this video was like my peak fun in Marvel Rivals.
Oh, he destroyed his ground. I pushed him back down. Oh,
Hi, cat lady. What? It's about to happen because I remembered it. Yeah.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Oh, it's okay. I can make it. I can make it. I can live. I can live. I can live. I can live. Oh, 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 oh.
Old Jeff was fine, everybody. Old Jeff made sense and was a balanced hero. He didn't need changing. So, season 1.5 was the season I found Jeff to be like as my main. Like, don't get me wrong, I always played Jeff. Jeff was always a character I enjoyed and played. But this season 1.5, if I go to 1.5 all mode, you can see 1.5 season 1. I played some Jeff, but Penny was my ranked main. I played Spider-Man a lot in quick play, and then I started playing Jeff in quick play in season 1. Season 1.5 is where I really started to play Jeffrey. So I might bump season 1.5 up. It's my tier list. You can say I'm insane for saying season 1.5 was better than season 1. But for me personally, looking back at this, when I think of like my peak time for Marvel Rivals, the game was brand new, and when I became a Jeff main. On old Jeff. That was like peak Marvel Rivals for me. Because this season, I was probably getting a little bit sick of playing Penny and having less fun. So I think season 1.5 was a little bit more fun than season 1, and because this one was almost peak, it makes sense to put that in peak. I think that's fair. We don't have a battle pass for that season, we've already done the characters. So we move on now to season 2. Now season 2 did obviously have a new battle pass, but it's also one of the first times I think I did a video where I actually talk about the new season content. So the new map was the Krakoa map. For the first half, it was this one, which I stand by being the more fun of the Krakoa maps, because there's the other one as well, which I don't like as much, but that's with the second half of the season. I like the difference between them all, because you have this very polished area, and then you also have like a more wild zone. I don't know what to call it. More raw, less tamed. I don't know. Oh, wait, hearing what I thought about the balance will be useful.
Jeff is the only strategist in the game that didn't get touched. How do I feel about this? No buffs or nerfs. Well, on average, Jeff's win rate is abysmal, but in my opinion, the reason for this isn't Jeff being weak. People play Jeff wrong. They play him like he's a mainline support, like his job is to primarily heal. That isn't what he's good at. He can do a lot of burst healing, but he can't do a lot of sustained healing. He isn't going to outcompete a Luna Snow or an Invisible Woman when it comes to healing her team. And I don't want to hear, well, technically I out-healed an Invisible Woman and a Luna combined once. Nobody cares. I'm talking about if both characters are played optimally to the highest possible potential. A Luna at her limit versus a Jeff at his healing limit, the Luna's always going to out-heal him. He isn't going to provide more utility for his team than, say, a Loki or a Mantis. Jeff is best as a skirmish hybrid between a duelist and a strategist. So my honest opinion is, I don't mind that he wasn't buffed, because I think the community really underestimated Jeff's potential when they wrote him off as just another support. However, the changes to other champions have obviously affected how he plays a little bit. For example, Hawkeye has always been a character that you can beat in a 1v1, but it only takes one lucky headshot for him to beat you. Well, now he can fire off shots a lot faster. So it's become a bit more coin flippy than it was in season 1.5. His ultimate being available more often is a big issue for Jeff, since he can easily track your fin and kill you, making him more deadly. Characters like Mantis are now easier to kill because the reduced health pool is what matters most for Jeff and his ability to kill her, but she was never difficult to kill for him anyway, assuming you know how to avoid the sleep. But overall, after playing Jeff for easily 15 hours in the season 2 branch, I'm pretty comfortable saying wherever you would have placed him last season on your own tier list is probably about where he will be now. I'm gonna be honest, he's basically in the same position he was.
Okay, so it sounds like the balance to me just felt like a normal season. For season 2, so this one. It's not going there, I'm just dragging it up so we can know which one I'm doing. So season 2, the balance seems to, my opinion seems to have been, it felt relatively similar to season 1.5, which is fine because I enjoyed season 1.5 balance, so that means I would have enjoyed season 2 balance. The new hero was Emma. Now, Emma. I think season 2 might have been one of my most played seasons, actually. Just as like a side note. Yeah, 60 hours on Jeff, 40 hours, yeah. It starts to drop down, but I think season 2 might be my favorite season from memory. I don't know, I'm not going to pretend I know enough about Emma lore to say whether she feels like how she should feel, but she talks and acts like she's that. And she plays like she's that. As in, she goes where she pleases, she fucks over who she wants, and if you get in her way, she's going to throttle you and throw you out of the way. I think Emma, outside of the balance being an issue with her numbers fairly often, which again, I'm not rating them off of here, is exactly what she should be, which is that she's more threatening in the comics, then surely they're just being canonically accurate by making her busted overpowered. Because Emma has been, don't get me wrong, Emma has been consistently really overpowered since launch. She's been one of the strongest heroes. People complain about the fact she's nerfed constantly. She's nerfed constantly because she's been in S tier since she came out, basically. But that doesn't matter, because again, I'm not rating... Oh no, they got a basketball court. I'm not rating them off of that. I think Emma is a well-designed character that fits into Marvel Rivals excellently. I'm going to put her in. Do I have any complaints about... Because perfect is if I have no complaint. Do I have any complaints about Emma's kit? Outside of balance. Not really. I think the new shield was a fun mechanic to bring into the game. Like, the idea of you have a shield that you control more specifically and then you place. I like that she has diamond form. I like that she can CC somebody but has to get up in your face. In terms of balancing, it's a nightmare. But again, not relevant to current conversation. I don't have any issues with her design. I don't think she's over-designed. I don't think she's under-designed. Yeah, I think Emma's a well-designed character. The last thing to go over for this season is the Battle Pass. Now, this Battle Pass I remember being pretty good. Yeah, it's very high society. Again, by the way, this is what I mean when I said I can't take too many points off for theming. A great skin. What's it to do with this? It's a custom skin. They've made it. They could have given Spider-Man a design for this event, for the Hellfire Gala, but instead they gave a very different type of Spider-Man costume. Doesn't fit with the theme. Excellent skin. Doesn't fit with the theme. Again, one of my favorite Psylocke skins. I genuinely love this. This take on the X-Men costume, but it's got elements of her own style and flair to it. Love it. Amazing. The f***'s it to do with Hellfire? One of the worst skins in the game. One of the worst skins in the game. Full stop. Again, love this skin. I love this shade of blue and yellow together. They look so good. What is it to do with Hellfire? Now, this is what I think of when I think of Hellfire Gala. High society. Fancy. Regal. One of the best skins in the game. This Luna costume, I love it. Phenomenal. I mean, as far as free skins go, I feel like that's fucking good, right? It's simple, sure, but it's good. It's a really good skin. Like, I'd still wear that. I think I said in my previous skin tier list video, the only reason I don't wear these skins is because they don't have MVP intros. If they had MVP intros, I'd wear them. What else do we get? Oh, this is a pretty good Hulk skin. It's not like my favorite, but it fits the theme. It looks good. I like it. This, again, not my favorite skin, but it fits the theme and it looks good. I love this. This is Iron Fist's best skin. Full stop. Iron Fist's best skin. 100%. I love this skin. Then you've got this, a phenomenal skin as well. I'm pretty sure I still use this skin. So, like, do you see why I said I can't mark down for theming too much? Because, like, all of the non-in-theme skins outside of you disgusting waste of space, like, the rest of these skins, 3 out of 4 of the skins not on theme are phenomenal skins. They just are, unfortunately, not on theme. So I can't mark it down too much because I'd basically be marking down everything for it. But this is peak. Emma, we've already done that. Yeah. So season 2. I had a lot of fun, I believe, in season 2. When was season 2? 8 months ago. Okay, let's go have a look. I think season 2 was one of the seasons I really enjoyed again. It was my most played season. Season 2 was my most played season. Even on my hard ranked grind seasons, I didn't play as much as I did in season 2. Season 2, I played entirely for the love of the game. I just really enjoyed season 2. I just had a really good time. I did. I genuinely loved it. Like, season 2 was just a good time, and then you know, things happened. But season 2, not season 2.5, I genuinely really enjoyed Marvel Rivals in. You can fight me on it. That's fine. I think season 2 was peak. I really enjoyed season 2. Season 2.5, not so much. Season 2.5. not such a good season for the Jeffs. Season 2.5 is scarred into our memory. What happened in season 2.5, chat? What happened in season 2.5? This is, you know how you have AD and BC? You know, for the calendar. This is how Jeff mains track Marvel Rivals lifetime. We have the before times and the after rework. Oh no. So season 2.5 had a lot to love. Like one of the worst designed heroes in Marvel Rivals. Let's start with that. I'm sorry to all 2 of the Ultron mains that exist in the world. Your hero is one of the, well, villain is one of the coolest characters in lore. And in game, they have made him nothing. Like, genuinely, what the is this hero? Again, Ultron is a legion of robots. Not a singular robot. They are effectively a hive mind of robots. Ooh. You know what makes me feel like part of a hive mind? Let me go. Bam! Damn. Go forth, my robot legion. Go! Go! What do you... What? Oh, wait. Sorry, I forgot my other ability being as part of being a robot legion. The aesthetic robots that fundamentally change nothing about my ultimate. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's real cool. I'm glad that I'm playing the Robot Legion character. Not only that, but he's just a duelist. This isn't a support hero. I'm sorry. There is nothing supportive. I don't feel like a... Like, Jeff, bear in mind, my main is a hybrid character. Jeff is an in-between character, much like Mr. Fantastic. You play as both an aggressive character and a supportive character at the same time. You do both. What part of this character is anything other than, well, we made the Spider-Man main swap to play support, so we've given them some robots so they can heal without having to think about it whilst continuing to do damage. I hate Ultron. I fundamentally believe Ultron is the worst designed hero in all of Marvel Rivals. They fail to feel like the villain they are. They fail to be interesting to play against. Most people find them boring. They do not fit into their role. They are not. They have had constant adjustments to try and make them work, and they haven't. And not only that, they are the reason triple support has become a thing. Trigger warning, League of Legends, okay? But this is a character I used to play in League of Legends. Now he has minions because his character was about summoning ghouls and having minions. So if you look on screen, now this won't make sense to you if you're not a League player, but over here, the thing that says 445 above its head, this is like my ultimate. This is my ultimate ability. He summons this thing and it follows him around and helps him fight and makes him do more damage to people it's attacking. These little guys, this little guy down here, is my ghoul. And in a minute, you'll probably see me throw a dust at him there, which marks him for all of my minions to fight.
This isn't good.
So then we end up fighting him. Now I kill him. Yeah. Sick. Awesome. Whatever. But you see, that's how a minion hero should work. Why is a character that is literally supposed to be a minion hero not a minion hero? Honestly, the worst designed character in League of Legends, in Marvel Rivals. What else happened in Season 2.5? Now, obviously, quite key to me and my personality online and the channel, Jeff, the Landshot got reworked. My boy! Now, yes, the likes of Saving Lee, who only picked up Jeff in season like 1.5, will tell you that the rework was a good thing for Jeff. And you know what? If you are somebody that cares about Jeff's place in meta, then yes, the rework is a good thing. 6 months later, when they had to consistently change the rework to make it work, the rework that I pushed back against was garbage. It was garbage. The rework was garbage. The rework that came out in season 2.5 was garbage. The rework that we have now in season 5.5, he's weak relative to meta, but he's in a more healthy position for the game. You can argue he was unhealthy for the game, but then I'm going to ask you, how healthy is it to have a character that has multiple cleanses, 3 cleanses to be exact, healing amp, burst healing for himself, passive healing for himself, anti-healing for the enemy, pushback, an ultimate that increases damage, movement speed, and ult charge, and you're telling me Jeff being able to not get killed is a problem. Suck my dick. Get a grip. Old Jeff wasn't a hard meta hero, but he was special and in my heart. And you know what? I don't give a shit whether you think this season is S tier. It's going in the fuck you tier. I will never accept season 2.5 as a good season. They fundamentally reworked a character that sure wasn't healthy for the game in a way that was sloppily done and needed multiple seasons of buffs just to fix. Just to fix. Multiple seasons of buffs before Jeff became actually playable, because the only argument you can have that the Jeff rework was a good thing is that it was a healthier thing for the meta of the game. Fine. Why was he only why did it take him until season 4 to become meta then? If they'd have done it right and they'd have done it well, sure. But they didn't. They did it in the they nerfed him. They nerfed him, and then they reworked him, and then they put it out in a really terrible state. Season 2.5 is the worst season of Marvel Rivals. We got the worst hero to ever be added, and we got the worst rework. Terrible. Garbage season. Look, again, the current Jeff is healthier for the game, but they clearly aren't thinking about what's healthy for the game when they add characters like Gambit and Daredevil into the roster, who are both so overtuned and have such overstuffed kits that nothing else matters. You know what I mean? All right, gamers. Next, we are moving on to season 3 now, I believe, right? Yep, we're on season 3. Now, season 3, I don't remember what I thought about season 3 at the time. Phoenix as a character, actually really fun. Like, don't get me wrong, she's not for everyone, but I'm not an aim enjoyer. I'm not somebody that plays the game to aim a lot, because I'm not good at aiming. But Phoenix is a lot of fun, and she's really satisfying, and she takes that aiming archetype and adds a fun, like, satisfying twist to it of you get like a little explosion after stacking your perks. She also has an interesting place in the roster where she shares a position with Hela, but isn't quite as good at the 1v1 style poking as Hela, but is far better at the team fighting than Hela is outside of ultimates. And then when it comes to ultimates, Hela is really good at eliminating heroes, whereas Phoenix is really good at eliminating structures or countering specific ultimates out. Phoenix is a really well-designed hero. I do. I think she's really good. I think she's fun to play. I like fighting Phoenix. I don't find her super annoying. I like her movement. I think she's a fun character. I think she is basically much how I described Invis as Luna, but we improved her. I think Phoenix is Hela, but we improved her. This season's battle pass was pretty cool. I remember it being, it's the only battle pass I've ever upgraded to get to the end of quicker. Because I mean, look at it. I mean, look, we're gonna have to try and remove our bias here, because a lot of this community is obviously Jeff mains, so we have a lot of bias towards things that are Jeff focused. Emma Phoenix team up at some point with mind control, perhaps? Maybe. So first off, this battle pass actually starts on theme. This is the first battle pass that has started on theme. It is Venom versus Phoenix. I know it isn't called Venom. It's Null versus Phoenix or whatever, but it feels on theme. Great. And you know what? I love this Squirrel Girl skin. Look at the tail. It's so good. It's so good. Like, this is a great starting skin for the battle pass. What the fuck is this? Are you telling me that this is to do with the Phoenix Force somehow? Disappointing second skin aside. Perfect. I mean, he's a little bit weird looking, but if you enjoy Wolverine, you're probably a little bit weird looking. That's fine. It fits the theme. Then we have Venomy Groot. That's great. Excellent. We love this. Then we have Phoenix Force Namor. I mean, if you're a sex pest, aka a Namor enjoyer, you were probably goated about this. Then, what are these white and gold skins? Why are they? What? Why are they in the battle pass? The Groot and Rocket skins were free. So there's Groot. I don't remember the Rocket skin. The Spider-Man skin, obviously Black Suit Spider-Man is something people wanted for a long time. Can you imagine if they'd have released this battle pass without the skin in it? It would have been an insane thing to do. One of Emma's best skins. I love this. This is the Rocket skin. Fire, honestly, we love this skin. And then you get Venom Jeff. Now, Venom Jeff, I do love. I think it's a great skin. It's done the opposite of grow on me, though. Entirely because I like seeing Jeff's dumb little face. And you can't see his dumb little face with this skin. But it is a fire skin. And I'm going to be honest. If there are 2 skins in the Battle Pass that are off theme, that's fine. It was a fire battle pass, it was a fire theme, and they almost fully committed to it, pardon me. So, Season 3 nailed the battle pass. They had a great hero. The balance wasn't as fun. But, what do we think? How do you feel about Season 3? I'm going to be honest, I'm thinking it was a season. I think Season 3 it was a season. I don't think it was offensively bad. It didn't have... it had a good hero launch. It had a great battle pass, but it was alright overall. I think it might be one of my least played seasons, though. Now we're on to Season 3.5. Probably the most anticlimactic season, I think would be fair to say. Right? I think calling Season 3.5 the most anticlimactic season is entirely reasonable. Because the excitement of the new battle pass had obviously worn down. It wasn't like it is its battle pass. But, like, we got Blade, who proceeded to, even until today, not be that good. Blade has never had a spot in meta where he has felt very strong. And whilst I said I'm not rating these off of balancing, I am going to take into account the fact that there was so much hype around this hero that then never came to fruition. But talking about his design, I love the hybrid. I think that's really cool. I like that he can swap between a dedicated melee and more ranged thing. I really like that if you stand too close, the gun is bad. But equally, if you stand too far away, the gun is bad. So instead, I think it's like 15 meters. Yeah, instead you have to find that sweet spot of like 12 to 15 meters. No, what's the sweet spot? It seems to be about 15 meters. I love that. I think that's so cool. I like that he has dashes and that he has self-healing. I think the build-up of attack speed is really satisfying and fun. I think his ultimate is fun. I like his ultimate. I think it's cool. Like the big long blade, the music comes on. If Blade wasn't such an ass hero, he would be so cool. He is the most anime protagonist. Yeah, exactly. 100%. He is an anime protagonist superhero. You're right. But yeah, they're just too afraid of him and what he could become. So he's never quite got that time in the spotlight. But if you're asking me if I think he's a well-designed hero, I do. I think Blade is excellent. I think Blade is really good. I think Blade is really fun. I think they're just terrified. So I'm going to put him in pretty good, which I think is fair. I think Blade's design is excellent, fundamentally. I think he feels exactly how he should feel. I think he looks exactly how he should look. And I think he plays amazingly. I think the biggest issue is his balance, which we aren't rating when we're talking about the hero's design. So I think pretty good is a fair spot for them. So the meta was the exact same. The hero was weak, which is a problem. The new hero should never be one of the weakest heroes in the game. And the new battle pass had worn off the excitement for it. So I might actually say, was this less good times? Or is it just it's a season still? Was season 3 just kind of the mid-filler season? It was just a season. Yeah, I think season 3 as a whole, 3 and 3.5, were the they existed. Oh, season 4's map. Season 4's map. Season 4's map. Oh my god. I'm not gonna load us into it, but the new map that came in season 4 is the best map that's ever been released. Full stop. Season 4's map, S tier, phenomenal map. Season 4's hero, underappreciated. Criminally underappreciated. Angela, now, people got over Angela so quick and just stopped playing her, but she's so much fun. Angela is so much fun. Angela is so much fun. People stopped playing her so quickly, but I genuinely believe she's fire. She's a really, really fun hero. I think she's so cool. I like that she's a hybrid flyer land hero that can jump between, you know, a ground-based melee hero and a flight-based hero. She carries the shield over. She, you know, I think Angela's fire. I genuinely do. Now, I know nothing about Angela lore, so I can't pretend to even slightly tell you whether she matches her lore, but just out of spite of the fact that she's critically underappreciated, I'm gonna put her in okay, she's going in perfect. I don't see a single issue with Angela's design at all. She's unique as far as the tank role goes. She is fun. She looks cool. She makes you feel cool when you're playing her. She's satisfying to fight and go against. She is everything I want in a hero. It is not because she's a furry. I think she's really cool. I like Angela a lot. Comic Angela isn't as buff. Then they improved the design, Jojo. Then they made her better. We love buff women in the Raven Spacer community. Now, unfortunately, there is something that's going to drag Season 4 down. There is. There is something that's going to drag Season 4 down. It has one of the worst battle passes to date. Oh, wait, no, it isn't. That's the next one. Ignore me. Or maybe it is this one. Is it this one? It is this one. The f is this skin? Why isn't this in the previous one? This might be the ugliest skin in Marvel Rivals. This might genuinely be one of the worst skins in Marvel Rivals. And it's nothing to do with this theme. At all. What does this have to do with the theme? Great, we've got a winter skin. Now there's a cowboy. Now there's a classic skin. Now there's old man, which kind of makes sense for like Fruit of Immortality. I can kind of see that. This one kind of fits. But I'm also being incredibly generous there, because this really should be in a post-apocalypse style battle pass. We're halfway through the battle pass and I'm yet to see a single theme. Ooh, ghost! What does this have to do with anything? What does this have to do with anything? Okay, this one, yeah, I kind of get it. And then we get Mecha Moon Knight at the end? This battle pass has some pretty okay skins in it. I'm not a Mecha Moon Knight enjoyer, but I'm also not the person that this skin's for. Like, this is fine. This is good. This is fine. This is why. This is good. This is why. This is great. Why? Awful. What's the theme? Oh, I see. It's an ass. Peaches are asses, and the symbol for this battle pass is an ass, because if you bought this, they made an ass out of you. Honestly, the worst battle pass. Worst. There's like maybe 2 or 3 good skins in it, and there is no theme across the thing at all. No theme. This battle pass is genuinely what the like, there is no, with all of these, this was us getting into the Rivals universe. This is Vampires and similar. This is the Hellfire Gala / High Society, Venom and Phoenix. The fuck is the theme for this one? I have no theme. No theme for this. None. Worst battle pass in the game. 0 theming. I said I wasn't marking it down for theming. I lied. I lied. You can't stop me. I'm in control. All right. So season 4. The balance, as far as I remember, was again more of the same. I don't think there was any huge swings. The problem is they nerfed Loki to kill triple support, but buffed Jeff and Ultron. So they killed triple support, but then buffed other characters that directly benefit from triple support. I think season 4 balance was again fine. I have no massive qualms with it. So bear in mind it had a really fun hero, one of the best maps ever to be added to the game, but the worst battle pass to date. I'm gonna say it was a season of all time. I think it's the best of this batch. Is that fair? Is that fair for me to do it like that? To put to say that season 4 isn't like a standout amazing season, but it's probably the best in this category. It's not as good as season, thank God, it's not as good as season 1, but it isn't as bad as these two, which I would argue are low points in Marvel Rivals, whether it be through disappointing releases of heroes or bad balancing. It's not as bad as them. It has a lot of highs, but it also has a lot of lows. Again, more of the same triple support. The battle pass was really deflating. Really amazing map. A hero that I think was underrated at release, but was still underrated. You know what I mean? Now, season 4.5, which is Daredevil. Now, Daredevil might be a hot take, or it might be a really cold one. I don't know. I think Daredevil is fun, but completely over-designed. I think Daredevil's a fun hero. I think he's over-designed. I think he's good at too many things. I think a hero this mobile doesn't need a hard block. Doesn't also need the ability to do more burst damage than most other duelists. Like, Daredevil does more burst than most other duelists, whilst being more mobile than most other duelists. Daredevil is mobile enough to keep up with Jeff, which puts him in the same category of hypermobility as Iron Fist, and also Spider-Man, and also Jeff the Landshark. Characters that are specifically balanced around either having less damage, as in a slower time to kill, to make up for that high damage, or less health because of it. I.e., Spider-Man is supposed to have a fairly fast time to kill, but has a lot lower health than some other duelists to make up for it. Jeff has a low time to kill, but really, and lower health, but super high self-survivability and self-peel. You know what I mean? Daredevil is completely over-designed. Why is he super tanky? He doesn't blow up. People say Daredevil just blows up, but he doesn't just blow up. You can block for 2 seconds, stopping yourself taking damage. You have enough mobility to survive, which as a Jeff main, let me tell you right now, mobility is a form of survivability. If your character is hypermobile, you are more likely to survive. There is a reason why Spider-Man has 250 hit points. It isn't because he has a block or some ability to reduce himself taking damage. It's because he's hypermobile. Daredevil has 300 health, a block, and a million abilities that give him over health, but is also hypermobile, but also does more damage than most other people, but also has a block, but can also give himself overshield. Brother, I know people bitch and moan that all supports are overpowered, so is Daredevil. Both are true at the same time. I'm sorry, I don't care. You're both idiots. If you think Daredevil isn't overpowered, you're a moron. If you think Invis isn't overpowered, you're a moron. If you think Gambit isn't overpowered, you're a moron. All of these heroes are completely busted at the moment, and it annoys the fuck out of me that it's become, my hero isn't OP because your hero's more OP. No, your hero is OP, his hero is OP, and the other person's hero is OP. You're all dickheads. Shut up. Daredevil is overdesigned. Daredevil is going into flawed. I think he's a really fun hero. I think he's really good in a lot of ways. I think he's massively over-designed. He does not need to have the block and the ability to gain overshield. Give him one of them. Give him one of them. Or cut his legs off. Nerf his movement in some way. Do something. He has too many things. He has too many things. It's the same battle pass, and I remember the balance from Season 4. It's some of the worst balancing that's been in the game for a while, I'm going to be honest. It's, right, Season 4.5 was pretty miserable for balance, right? I seem to remember this. Anyway, I think Season 4.5's balance was kind of ass. I don't think the season was fun. I think the hero was over-designed. I think the map obviously was a lot of fun, but there's not much I remember about the season particularly positively. I think a lot of the season was kind of eh. I don't think it was awful, but I think Season 4.5 had a lot of omens that would come to be problems in Season 5 and 5.5. When did, for October 10th? It did. It did. It did. Zombie started in 4.5. So I'm going to put, even, again, to be clear, so I'm moving the 4.5 up to good times, even though the balance in 4 and 4.5 was kind of ass, and the battle pass was awful, entirely because Zombies is carrying it. This is getting boosted by its map. This is getting boosted by Zombies. Balance has been asked for the past few seasons. They just don't know what to do anymore. But I do think there's something key to point out, which is 4.5 short of Zombies is down here. Right, new Battle Pass. The new Battle Pass, again, I don't think has strong theming, but I think it was better than the previous, if memory holds. Wait, I shouldn't need to, because this is the Battle Pass we're currently on now, right? Right. So first off, what is it? This is like a D&D themed one? Oh, it's games. The theme is games. Right. So, I mean, I don't really know what to judge as a game-based skin. But I could deal with... I don't mind the pirate skin. That's fine. That doesn't feel out of place for a game, right? Then we have a classic skin, which they seem to just throw in. Again, oh, some Halloween-style ones, wasn't it, as well? Right. So, like, this Battle Pass overall was fine. It had, like, some good skins. I'm not massively into that, but I know some people like it. Like, some of the skins are good, but, like, I don't know if this is a hot take. The most disappointing final page of a Battle Pass to date. This skin. The most disappointing. Scarlet Witch has better skins. If your skin is the final skin on the Battle Pass, it needs to be your best skin to date. Otherwise, why are you on the final page of the Battle Pass? Put it somewhere else. Like, I get that I have a skin that, you know, I'm never going to take off anyway. But, like, Scarlet Witch has other skins that are just better. Like, Scarlet Witch has so many good skins at this point. You can't put her on the final page of the Battle Pass with the meme that with, like, the skin that is literally the meme of, oh, look, it's Scarlet Witch in Scarlet. Like, you're just playing into the meme. Like, so I think this is a really disappointing one. I don't think it's as bad as the previous one. Like, it has more good skins, but I don't think it's exciting in any way. I'm gonna put it here. It wasn't a waste of money, probably. That's where I'm putting it. It wasn't a waste of money, probably. I'm gonna move Season Zeros down to this one as well, now that we're at the end of the Battle Passes. Entirely because I do think these free Battle Passes were better than the Season 0 one by quite some margin. The value for money for this one is insane, and I feel like it should be taken note of. But these ones just are far better. I don't think it's honest to go that this one should be in the same category as these. So I'm moving that down to, hey, that's a Battle Pass. This one is in. It wasn't a waste of money, probably. And then season 4 and 4.5 is why did I buy this? So season 5 of Marvel Rivals, we got 18 versus 18, fire game mode, fun for 5 minutes. We also got Gambit, a really fun character to play again. Problem with Gambit? Critical levels of over design. Critical levels of game-breaking levels of over design. So, whilst I wait for that to recharge, bear in mind he has this. So now he's activated a self damage amp. Did I click E? So on his E, he has a self heal. On his F, if I clear it, he has a self damage amp. Then on his E, he has a healing amp. He also has a cleanse. On his F, he has a anti-heal and a shove. He also has a small dash, a long dash that fully heals himself, a burst healing AoE bonk, an ultimate that goes through walls, increases ult charge, speeds up allies, damage boosts allies. Are you getting the point? Are you getting the point? Are you getting it? All of this, and he has pretty amazing damage himself on top of that. It isn't like he sacrifices his damage and has really piss poor stats. No, he does alright in damage. It isn't amazing, but it's far from terrible. Gambit is a lot of fun to play, but he is the symptom of why Marvel Rivals has an issue with balancing Daredevil and Gambit. Completely over-designed, completely ridiculously balanced, and then the balance team, moving into 5.5, we'll talk about this more, are terrified to do anything with them. Gambit is an excellent hero. Excellent. Completely over-designed and over-tuned. I think Gambit is a massively flawed hero in terms of design. Gambit isn't unique. Gambit can do everything. His kit isn't complicated. His kit isn't that complicated. It isn't that complicated. Listen, long dash, short dash, AoE heal, but you won't do that most of the time. You'll just long dash. Then you have 2 abilities you learn on your E and your F. It isn't that complicated. The complicated bit is going, oh, he has an answer for everything. Gambit has an answer for every single thing in the game, which is not how it should work in a team game. Gambit is the character if you want to be the main character. He is the main character hero. He is the character in an anime that just happens to be able to do everything in the world. Gambit is a Mary Sue. Gambit got Luna healing, Jeff self-healing, Blade anti-cleanse, Rocket movement, Adam snaps, Sue CC. Literally. The list of abilities Adam has feels like the power creep you would see in a game if you compare it to its hero design 10 years ago, not 1 year ago. Why did they give him every single ability in the game? There was no reason for it. In fact, back to drawing board. I'm standing on it. Daredevil's level of Mary Sue is he's good at a lot of base things. He's mobile. He's survivable. He has damage. Gambit is just amazing at everything. Everything. He is a really powerful duelist. He is hyper mobile. He has really good utility, like insane utility. His healing is pretty good as well. Like there is nothing Gambit is bad at. Gambit doesn't have a trade-off for anything. They need to go back to the drawing board with Gambit, and maybe not a literal rework. I know I said this was the rework tier. He doesn't need a literal rework. They need to look at him and really consider why he can do so many things and figure out a way to balance that. Because right now, he has one of the strongest ultimates in the game and probably the strongest neutral in the game. A completely busted hero. Completely busted. And I don't understand how he got through the balance phase with this level of power. They need to think about why they've given him so much. Yeah, I mean, it isn't looking good for Season 4.5, is it? They've got a mid-battle pass. I mean, 5.5. They've got a mid-battle pass. The balance is and it only led to worse things. Yeah, I'm leaving Season 5 here. I'm leaving Season 5 here. I think that's reasonable. I think Season 5 is outside of my meme of hating season 2.5 for the Jeffrey work, when really it would probably be like here, it's the worst season. Season 5 and season 5.5, I'm going to be honest, aren't great at all. I'm going to put season 5.5, I think, here. We'll see in a second, but that is my prediction for where I'm going to put it. We'll see how I feel once I've spoken about it. So season 5. Season 5 continues the mid-battle pass from season 5. Season 5.5 continues the mid-battle pass from this season. And it introduced Rogue. Rogue. See, Rogue is how you do a character that is strong, but also has noticeable flaws. The problem is, those flaws are a little bit pronounced at the moment. But in terms of power, she seems really good. Like, I stand by the idea that Rogue is not a weak hero. She's in a terrible meta for her. Maybe, like, don't get me wrong, I'm sure that there are going to be situations where she needs, you know, to be buffed a little. But right now, the current meta is a lot of poke. There's a lot of poke in current meta. And very much like, say, The Thing, she's a brawl tank. Meaning, she does bad into poke. Brawl is bullied a little bit by poke. So she has a harder time this meta. And getting a read on the newest hero's power is always difficult, especially when they come out into a meta that specifically shuts them down. But it's like, no, getting onto Rogue. I think Rogue is a very fun character in design. I think she is a brawl hero that has come out into a poke meta, so seems very weak at the moment. I like that she is more mobile than the other brawl tank that we got, which was Thing. He is like the other big brawl tank in the game at the moment. I think her ability to steal abilities, but not in the same way Loki does, is really fun. I like that. I think it's cool. I think give it a season and some balance changes, and she might seem a lot better than she is now. I think she is I like Rogue. I think she's good. I think Rogue is good. I think that she struggles because she is not particularly balanced for the meta at the moment, and overall, maybe needs some minor buffs. I like Brawl. I like her. I have no issues with Rogue's design, none at all. I think she works. I think she works. I think she works really well. You know what I've noticed? Pseudo tank. Wait. Look, now that we've done, look at this for a second. Pseudo Vanguard. Strategist, duelist, strategist. The devs struggle most with balancing non-Vanguard heroes for release. I think they're better at bringing out Vanguards than they are other heroes. Why are all of like their best designed and feeling characters since release Vanguards? Interesting, no? Anyway, yeah, I think I put season 5.5 down here, but it had the winter event come out in it, which I do think is a lot of fun. I think the new winter event is a lot of fun, so I will bump it up to it was a season. So if you want to see what it looks like if I was doing it seriously and without events, it would probably look something like this. This is my like no events, not taking the piss about the Jeffrey work. This is my season's tier list. If you're letting me take the piss about hating season 2 because it changed my hero fundamentally, I would probably leave it like this. 4.5 goes up for the PvE event because I think that was really fun, really well done. But in every other way, it's just as bad as the most recent seasons for balance. Season 5 goes up because of the winter event, but it is bad in every way outside of the event in terms of balance. I think these are the hero designs and how I feel about them. And I think this, including events and my meme of hating the rework season, is how I feel about the seasons of Marvel Rivals. In season 1. Which generally means good season, gets a little worse, gets a little better, gets even better, flop, get a little bit better, flops, It does mean Marvel Rivals has fallen off. It does, because if you look at this, it consistently trends down over the year. So we have one more thing, we have a couple more bits to do though, chat. What season do we think was best after all of this conversation? Looking at everything, season 3's Battle Pass was the best. Yeah. I think season 2. I clearly had the most... You started maining Jeff then? Exactly. It was when I'd always played Jeff, but that was when I just was like, F it, this is the most fun way to play the game. Because this technically is what would have led me to main Jeff. Because if you actually look, whilst I mained Jeff in season 2 and I played a shit ton of him, 1.5 was when I started to main Jeff. That was when I started to play a lot more Jeff. In this season, and this season, I'd played less Jeff. than other heroes. But in season 1.5, he became my most played hero. So I would argue 1.5 onwards. So I think season 1.5 was the best season of Marvel Rivals, personally. This is how I feel about the heroes, and this is how I feel about the seasons.